Hello, future listeners, subscribers, viewers, and students. Here is the solution to quiz 1 in my fourth class in statics, 1225 to 155 TTH plus. So here is the first problem. The eye bolt supports the four forces shown. If the net effect of the bolt is a direct pull of 3 kilonewtons in the x direction, which is represented by here, R equals Rx equals 3 kilonewtons rightward, determine the necessary value of T and this angle that the 1.2 kilonewton load theta makes with the x-axis. So take note, this is 30 degrees. So for our equation analysis, summation forces x equals Rx. In fact, it is also equal to R because the resultant is directed rightward, and therefore there's no y component of the resultant. So beginning with t, the horizontal component of t is t cosine 30 degrees. That's 30 degrees. So t cosine 30 degrees. Then this is also positive. That component to the right is 2 sine of 30 degrees. Then the component of 1.2 is also positive, and it is equal to 1.2 cosine of theta. Then it is 1.8 kilonewtons is directed vertically downward, so it has no x component. So that's why we equate the resultant Rx to R, which is 3 kilonewtons. Simplifying this equation, we have t cosine 30 degrees plus 1.2 cosine of theta equals 3 minus 1, so to call that equation 1. Summation forces y equals Ry, and there's no y component of the resultant, so it is 0. So we have beginning with t sine of 30 degrees plus the y component of these 2 kilonewtons, 2 cosine 30 degrees, positive. Then negative 1.2 sine of theta, the component of 1.2. Then minus 1.8. Then equate to 0. Simplifying, t sine 30 is 0.5 t. Then minus 1.2 sine of theta. Then 1.8 minus 2 cosine 30 degrees is 0.06795. So solving for t is 1.2 sine theta divided by 0.5, so 2.4 sine theta plus 0.06795 divided by 0.5, that's 0.1359. Then we substitute this value of t in equation 1, so t 2.4 sine theta plus 0.1359 times cosine 30 degrees plus 1.2 cosine theta equals 2, combining like terms and simplifying. So we have 2.4 sine theta times cosine 30 degrees. That's 1.2 square root of 3 sine theta. Then plus 1.2 cosine theta. Then combine 2 minus 0.1359 cosine 30 degrees. That's 1.8823. So this equation has only one unknown, theta, and your high-tech calculator is capable of solving that. Or the other way is you may replace cosine theta by square root of 1 minus sine squared theta, but that's a lengthy process. You're allowed to use your high-tech calculator. So solving for theta, theta is 21.66 degrees from that equation. So having found theta, we substitute it to this expression for t. So 2.4 sine of 21.66 degrees plus 0.1359, then the value of t is 1.022 kilonewton. So that's it for this first problem. Hello, future engineers. Here is the second problem. The base of the pyramid is the triangle ABC. Triangle ABC. So which the following points is closest to the triangle if D256 meters, E526 meters, or F526 562 meters are the coordinates of the fourth vertex of the pyramid. So which of these points, D, E, or F, is closest to the triangle? So we compute the perpendicular distance of these points from the plane of triangle ABC. And remember that because these points lie in the first octant, we should cross AB, position vector AB with AC, so that vector will be in that direction, and D, E, or F would be somewhere here, so they are adjacent, and it's easy to analyze the perpendicular distance, which is the magnitude of that position vector RAD or RAE or RAF, cosine of the angle between them, which I'll call beta. So let's define the position vector. So B would be, these are the solutions, part of the solution. So A is at 3, 0, 0. B would be, because this is 1 to the left, so negative 1. Y is 3, Z is 0, and C is 0, 0, 4. So that defining position vector RAB, B minus A, so negative 1 minus 3, negative 4I, 3 minus 0 is 3J, 0 minus 0, 0K, so negative 4I plus 3J, position vector AB. Position vector AC is 0 minus 3, negative 3I, 0 minus 0, 0J, then 4 minus 0, 4K. RAD, so we have to establish point D. This is RAD, and assuming this is the cross product of AB and AC, which is perpendicular to the plane of ABC, triangle ABC. So that's already designated there. And this is the perpendicular distance. Treat this as a right triangle. Therefore, D, the perpendicular distance, is RAD or RAE or RAF cosine of beta. That's D. And this is derived or formulated by crossing, or getting the dot product of RAD and RAB cross RAC. So this vector here, which is, if expanded or vice versa, RAB cross RAC dot RAD, it is equal to magnitude of RAB cross RAC times magnitude of RAD times cosine of beta. And take note that magnitude of RAD, the hypotenuse of this right triangle, times cosine of beta is this perpendicular distance from the plane of triangle ABC. So therefore, it is RAB cross RAD dot RAD or RAE or RAF divided by magnitude of RAB cross RAC. So RAD rather, if this is D and the coordinates of D 2, 5, 6, so 2 minus 3 is negative I, 5 minus 0 is 5J, then 6 minus 0 is 6K. That's RAD. If it is RAE, if that is E, then 5 minus 3, 2I, 2 minus 0, 2J, 6 minus 0, 6K. Then RAF, 5 minus 3, 2I, 6 minus 0, 6J, then 2 minus 0, 2K. So we already defined the position vectors. We then set up RAB cross RAC dot RAD or R dot RAD, RAE or dot RAF. So this is expanded by the dot product formula, magnitude of RAB cross RAC, then magnitude of RAD cosine of beta. So take note that magnitude of RAD cosine beta is D, the perpendicular distance. So if this is D, then the formula for D therefore is RAB cross RAC dot RAD divided by magnitude of RAB cross RAC. So we just simply replace RAD by RAD, RAF for distance 2 and 3 respectively. So having this as our guide, then let's expand this. Take note that This is, let's define RAB cross RAC first, this vector here. It is equal to components of RAB, negative 4, 3, then 0, negative 4, 3, copy. Components of RAC, negative 3, I, 0, J, 4K, so negative 3, 0, 4, copy negative 3 and 0, then components of the unit vectors I, J, K, copy I, J. So expanding, this is 3 times 4, 12I, minus 0I, so 12I, then 0J, minus negative 16. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. So negative of negative 16 is positive 16J. Then negative 4 times 0 times K, 0. Then minus negative 3 times 3. So minus negative 9. So positive 9K. So this is RAB cross RAC. So distance 1 therefore is 12I plus 16J plus 9K RAB cross RAC, that RAB and RAD is negative I plus 5J plus 6K divided by magnitude of RAB cross RAC, which is square root of 12 square plus 16 square plus 9 square, and expanding 12 times negative 1, negative 12, 16 times 5, 80, 9 times 6, 54, over denominator square root of 481, the magnitude of RAB cross RAC. So distance 1 is 5.563 meters. Another way of computing distance 1, distance from a point to a plane. This is the general equation of a plane, x plus by plus cz plus d equals 0. After the original is quantity A, the original is ax plus capital AX plus capital BY plus capital letter CZ plus capital constant D equals 0. Dividing everything by A, and we denote capital B over A as small b, C over A as small c, and B over A as small b equals 0. So it reduces to this. Then there are 3 unknowns, B, C, and D. Then there are 3 points here. At A first, 3, 0, 0. Then X is 3, Y 0, Z 0, then plus D equals 0. That's why D is negative 3. At negative 1, 3, 0, X is negative 1 plus B times Y 3 plus C times Z 0, then plus constant, which we already calculated from here, negative 3 equals 0. So B is 4/3. Then at 0, 0, 4, x0, y0, z times c times z4 plus constant negative 3 equals 0. So c is positive 3/4. Substitute into this equation x plus 4/3 y plus 3/4 z, then minus 3 equals 0. Multiply everything by 12, the LCD. So 12x plus 16y plus 9z, then minus 36 equals 0. So this is the equation of the plane, and we substitute into the distance formula equation of the plane ax1 plus b y1 plus cz1 plus constant over square root of a squared plus b squared plus c squared. So 12 times x1 for the point D, which is 256. So 12 times 2 plus 16 times 5 plus 9 times 6 for 256 here. Then minus 36 over square root of 12 square plus 16 square plus 9 square, or square root of 481. And the answer for distance 1 is the same, 5.563 meters. For distance 2, that is RAB cross RAC, that RAE, this is AE, RAE, over magnitude of RAB cross RAC square root of 481. So 12 times 2, 24, plus 6 times 2, plus 16 times 2, rather 32, plus 9 times 6, 54 over square root of 481, and that's 5.016 meters. Using this alternate formula, 12 times 5 to 6, so 12 times 5 plus 60 times 2 plus 9 times 6 minus 36 over square root of 481, that's also 5.016 meters, so it's the same. For distance 3, replace this AB here by AF, so we have RAB cross RAC, that AF, this is AF, and over magnitude of RAB cross RAC is equal to 481. So 12 times 2, 24, plus 16 times 6, 96, plus 9 times 2, 18 over square root of 481. And that is 6.292 meters using the alternate formula. 12 times, we have 562. So 12 times 5 plus 16 times 6 plus 9 times 2 minus 36 over square root of 481 absolute value. That's 6.292 meters, which is the same as that. Therefore, the shortest distance is 5.016 meters, and this is point E. So therefore, the point closest to the triangle ABC is point E, 526, with the least distance of 5.016 meters. So that's it for that second problem 2. So for problem 3, determine the maximum safe vertical load W that can be supported by the tripod without exceeding a compressive force of 240 newtons in its leg. So we expect that the forces are in compression. So it is each force is directed from the base to the point of application D. So that in vector form, PAD is it is directed backward. This is the z-axis, the vertical is the y-axis, so backward 0.8, rightward along x positive 0.4, and upward 1.2. So that the solution would be flexible, different from the preceding solution. So it is PAD is in vector form is force multiplier PM, which is magnitude of P over distance. Then it is directed 0.4 to the right, 0.4I, then 1.2 upward, 1.2J, then 0.8 backward, negative 0.8K. So that is P force in AD in vector form compression. PCD, which is from C to D, it is directed to the left, so negative 0.8I, and upward 1.2J. So it is, I'll call it the force multiplier as QM. So QM times negative 0.8I plus 1.2J. Then the W is simply negative magnitude WJ in vector form. PBD is along X is 0.4, so it is directed backward negative 1, so that's a positive 1 forward rather, from B to E forward, so K, 1K, rightward, which is positive 0.4I, then upward 1.2J. So that is PBD, force multiplier, I'll call it TN, then 0.4I, 1.2J, and forward 1, so 1K or K. So summation forces X equals 0 because the weight has no X component. So X component of PAD, which is 0.4 PM, plus X component of CD, which is negative 0.8 QM, plus X component of BD, which is 0.4 of TM, equals 0. Call that equation 1. Summation forces Y equals 0. The Y component of AD is 1.2 PM, plus Y component of CD, which is 1.2 QM, plus Y component of BD, which is 1.2 TM, plus negative W, or equals positive W. Call that equation 2. So imagine that this is just 1 and this is 0 of 1, 0 of W. Then summation forces along Z equals 0. So Z component of AD is negative 0.8 PM. Z component of CD is none, so 0. Then Z component of BD is 1 TM equals 0. Solving equations 1, 2, and 3 simultaneously, we obtain Pm is 25 over 81W, Q sub m 5 over 18W, and T sub m 20 over square root of 81W. So PAD, therefore, the magnitude of PAD equate to Pm over distance P. So this PAD, rather, distance AD. So it is PAD over distance, which is square root of 0.4 plus 1.2 square plus 0.8 square, and equated to P sub m. This is P sub m 25 over 81 W. So PAD is 0.4619 W. Then QM is PCD over distance m. PCD over distance square root of 0.8 square plus 1.2 square equated to 5 over 18W, and it is 0.4006W. Then for TMPBD over distance square root of 0.4 square plus 1.2 square plus 1 square equals 20 over 81W, and that is 0.3981W. So the highest is 0.4619W. So this is the leg AD, which is mostly stressed because it has the highest percentage of the load W. So this is the critical leg. Therefore, we equate the capacity of each leg, which is 240 newtons, to this force 0.4619W. So 240 newtons plus 0.4619W, we obtain W equals 519.6 newtons. So this is the safest load W that the tripod system can carry. So that's it for this quiz. So the last problem, the resultant force of the four forces shown is R with a magnitude of 380 newtons. So this is the resultant, R, magnitude 380 newtons. So it is directed up to the left. So the y component is positive, the x component is negative, and the angle it makes with the x-axis is 53 degrees as shown. So find the magnitude Q and this angle theta that it makes with the x-axis, and the components of the 540 Newton force with respect to the U, this is the U-axis, and the V-axis. So this is the V-axis, which is also the direction of this 754 Newton force, which makes 50 degrees with the x-axis. So first solution, summation forces x equals Rx. So beginning with 540, the x component of 540 is this, opposite of 55, positive. So it is 540 sine of 55 degrees. Then the x component of 720 is negative. It is up to the left, so negative. So minus 720 sine of 20 degrees. This is the x component. Then the x component of 754 is also negative. It is directed down and to the left. So negative 754 cosine of 50. The x component of q in this configuration is positive. It is directed down to the right. And this component is q cosine of theta. Then equate it to the x component of the resultant, which is negative r cosine of 53. And r is 380, so negative 380 cosine of 53 degrees. So simplifying this equation, we have q cosine of theta equals 59.885. Call that equation 1. Q cosine theta is 59.885, equation 1. Summation forces y equals Ry. Beginning with 540, it is positive, it is upward, adjacent to 55, so it is 540 cosine of 55 degrees. 720, the y component is also upward, it is adjacent to 20, so it is 720 cosine of 20 degrees. The y component of 754 is downward, so negative 754 sine, this component here, 754 sine of 50, negative. Then the y component of q is negative because it is downward, it is minus q sine of theta. then equals the y component of the resultant is positive, it is upward, it is 380 sine of 53 degrees. Simplifying, transpose this to the right, so q sine theta, which is now this, equals 550 cosine 55 plus 720 cosine 20 degrees minus 754 sine 50 degrees minus 380 sine 53, and that is 105.231. Call that equation 2. We can now compute theta by dividing equation 2 by equation 1. So q sine theta divided by q cosine theta, that's tangent theta, sine over cosine, cancel out q, equals 105.231 divided by 59.885. So from there, theta is 60.36 degrees. Then substitute into equation 2. You may substitute in equation 1 if you want, but I'll use equation 2. So q sine of 60.36 degrees equals 105.231, and q is 121.1 Newton. So that's the value of q. Then we resolve this 540 Newton force into U and V components. So I'll present two solutions. First is we have here the U axis. This is the V axis. Then this is the negative of V axis. So that U and the negative V axis would now be closer to the 540 Newton force. So this is 50 degrees, the angle that the V-axis makes with the X-axis horizontal. So the angle it makes with the vertical is 40 degrees, 90 minus 50. So this is also 40 degrees. Since this is 55 degrees, the angle that the 540 Newton force makes with the Y-axis, 55. And since the negative V-axis forms an angle of 40 degrees with the y-axis or the vertical, so 55 minus 40 degrees, that's 15 degrees. And that 15 degrees, from the property of this parallelogram, that's also 15 degrees. Now, this angle is equal to, from this angle here, the angle that the 540 Newton force makes with the u-axis is 90 degrees minus 55, and that's 35 degrees, minus 10 degrees, so therefore this is 25 degrees, which is this 25 degrees, that's 15 degrees. Therefore, this remaining angle is 180 degrees minus 15 degrees minus 25 degrees, and that's 140 degrees. So considering this triangle here by law of sines, this is FU and this is negative of FV, which is equal to that, considering this triangle. So by sine law, FU as to sine 15 degrees equals negative FV as to sine 25 degrees equals 540 as to sine of 140 degrees. So FU is 540 sine 15 over sine 140, so 217.4 newtons. FV is negative 540 sine 25 over sine 140 degrees. That's negative 355.0 newtons. So these are the answers using the first approach. The second approach is, imagine there are two forces, FU and FV. So FV is in this direction, and we have here the force, equivalent force 540 newtons. So summation forces X is Rx. Imagine this is FU. The X component of FU is positive, FU cosine of 10 degrees. Then the X component of FV, which is in this direction, is negative. It is to the left. So minus FV cosine of 50 degrees. That's the component of FV, assuming FV is positive in that direction. Then equals the X component of 540, which is positive 540 sine of 55 degrees. Call that equation 1 or equation 3, because we already have equations 1 and 2 here. Then summation forces Y equals Ry. The Y component of FU is positive, it is upward, so FU sine of 10 degrees the y component of FV, which is in this direction, is negative, going down. So minus FV sine of 50 degrees. Then equated to the y component of 540, which is positive, that component 540 cosine of 55 degrees. So call that equation 2. Solving these two equations simultaneously, we obtained FU 217.4 newtons and FV negative 355.0 newtons, equal to that, to this answer. So that's it for this video.